everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a little vlog about homeschooling in secondary school. A few people have kind of mentioned that they would like to know more about this kind of thing. To be honest, it seems a bit of a minefield. I don't know everything by a long shot. My eldest is kind of year 7, just getting into year 8. But let me kind of just tell you what I know. So first of all, let me show you our weekly plan, and this is what we do. Okay, so this is the weekly plan for the 2 older ones. So we were looking at this one, Hope's one, because she's the one she's 12. So on a Monday we do maths, and we use workbooks for that. I'll show you those in a minute. And so she's just working through the workbooks because my husband teaches her maths. He's an accountant. He knows maths very well. How he can remember it all from school, I don't know, but because I certainly can't. But she's just going to work through those, and then when she's got through them, we're going to put her in for her GCSE privately, which I'll again talk about later. Then she does philosophy, which is actually now called debate, because they changed it. It's basically just a fun debate class. It's online at 9 AM on a Monday. Then she does English. She does that online too, and I will explain to you about that later. Then she used to, but if you've seen some of my other videos, she used to do gymnastics every week, but she started getting migraines, which I think is probably a hormonal thing. But all the spinning and jumping and stuff was really not very good for her, so she stopped doing that for now. But that used to be at our local gymnastics centre up the road. Then she does piano practice because she does have piano lessons. And then she does for her languages, she does Duolingo, which is an app. So I think it is free, but then you only get 3 hearts. So if you get 3 things wrong, then you're out basically. So we pay £5 a month or £60 a year to do Duolingo, and then she can have as many hearts as she wants. So she's currently doing French, and that's been really good. And then topic is whatever we choose, because we're not doing, oh, it's gone blurry, there we are. We're not doing like specific like geography, history. So we just choose a book and I teach them that. I kind of then research whatever that is, the topic on the book, and we go through that together. Tuesday is very different now, but she does do more maths. Oh dear, it's not wanting to focus today, is it? Then Wednesday we do science, and we do this online with someone called Theatre of Science. She's on YouTube. Free science lessons. You can pay her if you want. And she's brilliant. And then she does RE, and that's an online course, and it is a GCSE course, so she'll be taking her exam next year. And then the only other thing that's different on these is she does drama at a group around the corner from us on a Friday, which is a specific home ed group. So let me come and show you what they do. So this is the maths book she uses. It's the Collins Edexcel GCSE. I don't know what 9 to 1 means, but there we are. And my husband just found this online. He really likes it. So, I mean, if you understand any of this, you're cleverer than I am. But it goes through loads of different things. It explains it. Then at the bottom of each page, there's a quick test to see that you've understood it. And then at the end of every part, there's a little questions. There's exam style questions, and then they go through these. So this is the algebra, things like that. And then there's something slightly different at the back of the book. They've got answers, so don't worry, you don't have to know it all. But he obviously does, my husband does teach her practice exam papers in there as well. Absolutely fantastic book. We use the same for Sam too. Is he just starting this one? Yeah, he's just starting this one too. So as I say, my husband teaches Hope the maths, but you can get online tutors. We use an online tutor for English, and she is fantastic. So you can find local ones on Facebook, or just type in like English tutor on Facebook or something like that. There's also something called £2 Tuition Hub, where I think most of the lessons are £2. So the English tutor we use is, trying to remember if she's £5 or £10 a week. But that's for 2 lessons. That's for an online creative writing course and a recorded comprehension. So I think it's £5 a lesson. I think it's £10 a week. and she's brilliant. And then she marks their work as well. They can ask her questions. You can email her as many times as you want. She'll get back to you. And then, you know, if you want to do specifically GCSEs, you can do you can find online tutors for them too. So many things online. I do feel like if you're not on Facebook, you're going to miss out on a lot of things because so much information is on there. And then, for example, my daughter's currently doing an RE GCSE, so she has a tutor for that. So we have bought the I'm just trying to look for them, the textbooks. Where are they? Over here. Yeah, so we've bought a couple of GCSE textbooks like this. She does a lesson with them every week and then gives them reading to do, pre-reading for the next lesson, and homework, which she then marks. You then email off to her, she marks it. This summer break, she's given them a third of a GCSE paper to go through, and then she'll mark that. And that's been absolutely brilliant. And then the plan is that, so she started that in April this year, and the plan is that she'll sit the exam in May, June next year. If you think about it, when you're at school, you probably did 10 or so GCSEs. That's kind of what kids do now. And it's a lot to fit in, and pretty much they learn the content and study for it, like, and revise it in 2 years. So if you think about just doing one GCSE, it's not actually an incredible amount of work. Like, it is work, and it is about the level of work. So if they're up to that standard, that level of doing the work, I think you can actually do it in a fairly short space of time. It's just about finding online tutors. So this tutor was just saying, look, this is what you're doing this. I think it's the AQA she's doing, and then I have to look around and find myself a school that will be able to fit her in. So I think it must be October time that I need to look around, find a local school that takes private candidates, and we'll do just doing the AQA RE GCSE. I book her in and she goes and sits it there. Right, so I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to see this because I'm showing you my laptop, but this is the website that you need to find out about private candidates and what schools take what different exam boards. So it's JCQ, Joint Council for Qualifications, and you then have a look at the private exams office, and then there's a bit that says private candidates over here, and then here you are, and you go down and you type in your centre number if you know that. I have no idea, that's a random one, and then, but anyway, I would type in my postcode, look for the exam type that you want, and then look for the exam board that you want, and then press update, and it will tell you. You can have a look at different subjects that you want, and then it will tell you a whole list of places where you can go. So that is really useful. So it's jcq.org.uk. No, so I've heard that every exam is about £250. However, I know that my friend's son went last year and he did like 2 exams. So he did maths, which is 3 papers, and then he did another one which is 1 paper, like a different subject, and that cost them all together like £300, because I wasn't sure if it was £250 a paper, but I don't think it is. If your child has an EHCP, they can get all their exams for free. Not quite sure how you do that, but I'm sure you could contact your counsellor and find out. So yes, I've never actually booked an exam yet, but it seems easy enough to do. Obviously your child does have to put in a bit of effort. So like with the RE, I have to remind her to do the reading. I have to remind her to do the homework. When she first started doing the homework, I sat there with her and went through, you know, how to write an answer, you know, like one of these 12-mark answers. That's quite a skill to learn to write it. Now the teacher did also tell her that, but I then helped her and was like, right, this is how you do it, and then within a few weeks she's got it and she's writing them herself. So my personal view is take it slowly. We're aiming for 2 a year. I don't know if she's going to do her maths next year now. She was hoping to do RE and maths next year, but we think she can probably, if she works at it, get a really good grade. So we'd rather not rush it and put her in for the exam when we could probably leave it another year and she could get a really good grade. If there was like the possibility to sit an exam in like October, she probably would have done really well. and would be able to sit that, but you know, like next October. But there's obviously not, it's just once a year. Some of them you can sit in January, can't you? But I don't know, I'm talking out of my knowledge there. So yeah, so I think it is as simple as that. Now that's my washing machine. When my friend went to have a look around this school, which her child sat for the private exam, used to sit at the same time, but they were in a separate room, and it's really nice, and you can go in beforehand, go to have a little look around, and that kind of takes a lot of the pressure off on the day, doesn't it? Because no one wants to be going to a new place where you don't know where to go on the day of sitting a big exam. So yeah, there are loads of things online that you can find. If anyone knows any more great places to find online, please comment down below. Price wise, they're all just so different. So I pay for the RE GCSE, it's £50 a month, so what, £12 a week ish. I mean, it's some weeks are 5-week months, and I feel like that's, you know, that's gonna get her through. And if she's just doing 2 a year at £50 a month, like for me, that's doable. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, it's really hard to know about the actual sitting of exams. My personal stance on other things is, like, if she wants to sit a history GCSE, then we'll look for a tutor. If she wants to sit a geography GCSE, then we'll look for a tutor. But until then, we're just doing different topics. So like, we've done politics. This is the book they chose this last half term. We did politics. They loved it. We went through. It's really in depth. But if they ever wanted to do that more in depth and do it as a GCSE, then we just look around online and see what we can do, or see if we can get a GCSE book just like the maths one and do it together. There's definitely, like, if you wanted to buy the books and do it together, and maybe find a tutor that might mark some sample exam questions for exam papers for you, that would probably be a really cheap way to do it. Yeah, I feel like it is really doable. But I'm also not forcing her to do every single lesson, like, so she doesn't do all the time, like geography, history, computing. I don't know, I'm trying to think of the other ones. You do DT, like, we just don't do a timetable like that, because it's just a lot, isn't it? And so actually, like, if she's like, if we've got a DIY project that needs doing in the garden, or she'll do it out there with their dad, like, that's DT, isn't it? Like you don't need to do specific subjects on it, specific lessons. Yeah, and I think doing 2 a year, really chilled. You need 5, I think, to get into most colleges, and that's the next step, isn't it? So once she's done 5, which probably she'll do by the time she's the end of year 9, no, the end of year 10, then she'll be sorted, and then she can go to college. But you know, I also want her to have time to do things like her piano. So she's doing her theory exams and her piano exams. I want her to have time to do gymnastics and drama and other things like that she really enjoys, as well as making her own little craft business and going to forest school once a week and having lots of fun. So I personally think this is what we do, is a really good balance, doing like 2 a year, and yeah, that's an easier money wise, and it's also easier for them to have a nice kind of work-life balance. So I hope that's helpful. I mean, I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable. As I say, she's never actually sat an exam, so I can't tell you from like past experience how that is. I know for lots of them, like, if they're not nearby, you have to travel, and then that's an extra stress, because obviously, and cost, because obviously if you have to go down the night before, you have to pay for a hotel, so you don't want to be travelling in the morning and then worrying about traffic. But for me, I mean, I'm in Suffolk, right? We're like fairly rural, and there seem to be quite a few places nearby. So yes, good luck if you're also on this journey. We're muddling through together, but yeah, I feel like we can get it done. We can do this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.